Get your timer ready. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Imagine this 4th of July weekend coming up. You got to cook barbecue because your friends and family are coming over to have their annual traditional cookout at your house with the pulled barbecue and the fireworks 4th of July. However, it's rained a lot lately and we got a drought going on. In the drought, the city has decided to ban the use of barbecues and smokers outside. They've done it many times here in Clarksville before. So you got a choice. You can order pizza, you can go down to the store and buy pre-cooked barbecue. As y'all know, that sucks. It's bland, doesn't have any flavor. What I'm going to do is show you today is how to make pulled barbecue at home where it looks and tastes just like you made it in your own open pit or in your own barbecue. All you got to do is follow some simple techniques. So what you want to do first is get all your ingredients together. You've got to get your pork, and you've got to get all your seasonings that you're going to use to season it with, and then you get ready to cook. Now, let's start with the pork. First thing you want to do is make sure you get a Boston butt. That's not the ham is the butt of the pig. The Boston butt's the front shoulder. I also have something called a picnic, which is right below the shoulder. You don't want that, you want the shoulder. Get a shoulder, here's an example of it right here, and you want to get a fresh one. The reason you want to get it fresh instead of frozen, as I learned watching Alton Brown on Good Eats on the Food Network show, is that frozen, when you freeze the meat, it'll ruin the fibers in the muscle. Makes it a little bit tough when it's cooked, it's hard to keep it tender, and also changes the flavor a little bit. So you always want to use fresh when possible. If you have to use frozen, you can. So, saying that, get yourself about 8 to 10 pounds. This is half that because I cooked half of it last night so I can show you in this demonstration today. You want to get one that's got the bone still in it because that'll add to the flavor and also keep the tenderness of the meat. Also, you want to get one that's got a good layer of fat on top. As it cooks, the fat's going to melt away, and the seasonings that you put on it is going to go in there with it, keep it juicy, keep it tender, and it's going to flavor it. So, now what you want to do is get your dry rub ingredients together. And the reason you want to put a dry rub on it is because meat doesn't come flavored. Now, the dry rub ingredients, as I've learned in Brendan McKinley's book, and it's called The Man's Book. It's called The Man's Book of the Barbecue. Is that you got to season your meat before you cook it. Now, your dry rub ingredients is going to be, I've already put some together here. You're going to use a cup of brown sugar, a quarter cup of paprika, and a tablespoon of cumin, tablespoon of cayenne pepper, ground black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder in there. Mix it all up and get it ready. Now, you also want to use kosher salt. Kosher salt can go on there also. So the first thing you want to do when you get home, you get your pork, make sure you wash your hands. I've already done that. Turn your oven on at 225 degrees to preheat your oven. Put your pork in the aluminum pan. I get a disposable one so I can throw it away when I'm done. And you want to put it with the fat side up. You want to salt it liberally with the salt all over each side of it. Don't have to worry about getting too much on there because as it cooks, it's going to go down into the meat. Now, get your dry rub and you want to put it on there real liberally all over the top of the fat. Get it on all the sides real well. Make sure you get it around here, flip it over, get it on the bottom part, massage it in really well, get it back up on top, and just put the rest on top because that's the way my mom taught me how to do it and it tastes good like that. Now that you got all your ingredients on there, you want to add apple cider vinegar, which I got 5 cups here. You're going to put it along the side, don't put it over the top. Now you want to put apple cider vinegar on there because as I've learned in reading some of the cookbooks, especially the one, the big book of barbecue, that was done by the Oxmoor House, is that vinegar will break down the fibers of the meat, which make it a lot more tender. Now, the other secret that I have to put in there is you want to use liquid smoke. Put 2 tablespoons of liquid smoke in there, and that's where you're going to get your flavor from. It's going to look and make it taste, well, actually make it taste and smell just like you cooked it outside. Now, once you got all that in there, you want to stick it in your oven. I already have one in here. Go ahead and pull this one out. Set it on top, get this one in the oven. And here's your finished product. Now, you can't see that. Well, you can see it here. I can tilt it a little bit, but you can't smell it. But what you want to do is get a big bowl, take your meat out, set it in there, and you want to dump everything out, but about 1 cup of it. Save a cup of it. That's about a cup. And the rest of it you're going to throw away. Add your meat back in there. And you should be able to take the bone right out of it. As you see right here, it flakes right off. And take your cup that you have left over, get you a cup of apple cider vinegar. And you want to add that to it, pull it apart, and after that, what you want to do is set it back in the oven because it's ready now to serve for your 4th of July. So next time they say you can't do it, invite your friends over, say I can do it whether it's raining or there's a drought. Appreciate y'all tuning in today. You have a good 4th of July and happy cooking.